September 15th, 2020. It is 5:00 p.m. This is the second budget hearing agenda for the Williston City Council. Mrs. Would you please call the roll?
Mayor Robinson.
Here.
President Goodman.
I am here.
Vice President Head.
Here.
Councilmember Jones. Here. Councilmember Robinson. Here. Councilmember Ross.
Here.
Interim City Manager Dennis Stroh.
Here.
City Attorney Brett Coberlin.
Here.
City Clerk Latricia Wright here. We also have City Planner Jackie Gorman. Here. Interim Police Chief Terry Bovard. Utility Director C.J. Slomoski. Human Resource Director Brooke Willis. Here.
Thank you, Mrs. Wright.
Hold on, Gail. Gail.
Item number 1 is Resolution 2020-47. This is approving the first public tentative millage rate hearing. Do I have a motion? This is about the first one.
Don't we have to have a public hearing first?
I don't think so. This was an approved, this is something we voted on at the last millage rate.
You would open it up for comment, Mr.
Okay.
This is the first public hearing, that's why I'm saying.
I'm sorry, I thought this was the second public hearing.
I think it's the first public,
Okay. Okay.
I think.
All right, does anyone have any comments on this resolution? It does say first public hearing. I'm a little out of sorts.
There's a hand in the audience.
Yes, Mr. Bibby.
For the record, Dave Bibby. I own the Piper Cover Restaurant at the Williston Airport. I came here to thank the utility department, to thank the girls at the utility office, because the service that I get is worth the money that I'm paying. So,
Very nice.
although I'm having a little problem with Waste Pro the last couple of weeks, but I think we can resolve that, I hope. The only thing that I'm saying that economic development, and I guess you all agree, when you bring business into the city, then it increases the tax base, and it takes some of the burden off the residents of the city. So I would like to see more businesses come to the airport, because of course I'm there, and I like to see business increase at my place. In order to do it, we gotta have people out there. So with that big industrial park that you have, if you can look to it, bringing businesses to the airport, I would appreciate it. But while I'm here, I wanna thank the city staff, especially utility department. We get water, nothing breaks down. Whenever I call, I get the attention. So I'm pleased to pay the tax that I pay. Unfortunately, I don't live in the city, but with my business, some of my money comes into the city, so I appreciate the service that I get for what I pay for. That's why I'm here. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Bibby.
Thank you, Mr. Bibby.
Nice to hear. Thank you, C.J.
Any other comments on this resolution?
Excuse me.
Any? Yes.
Stephen Bloom should be online.
Mr. Bloom, are you available?
Hang on just a second, Stephen. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Stephen.
Yes, I'm available to answer any questions.
Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Bloom?
I would just ask, the budget is currently written with the 6.5 mils, right?
That is correct. The budget you have in front of you, which is the one that was approved moving forward into this first public hearing, is with 6.5 as the millage rate.
I knew that, but I wanted to hear it. Thank you, sir.
Anybody else?
Mr. President,
Mr. Coverly?
the reason we made sure Mr. Bloom was on the line is because I am not familiar with who is going to go through the five-step analysis required by the statute, which is written on page 3 of our agenda packet. The public should be advised what the millage rate is and what the rollback rate is. As an attorney, I went to law school because I don't do well with numbers. I am not qualified to go over what the rollback rate is or anything, but there's specific language that we're required to advise the public, and then we would open up for comments as to the proposed tax rate.
Do you understand that, Mr. Bloom?
I absolutely do, and let me read that out for the record. And this is basically, for anybody who wants to follow along, it's on page 3 of the agenda package. And basically what Mr. Corbline is saying is we do need to introduce what we're calling the tax issue here. So the city of Williston proposes to alleviate a millage rate of 6.50, and then the key information from here is this is a 3.28% increase from the rollback rate of 6.2936 mils. So those are the pieces of information that are important to kind of read into the record for the public.
And for those that are not familiar with it, the rollback rate is what the rate would have been without the increased tax revenue, correct?
That is correct. It kind of pulls out any, in general, as we're talking generally here, it pulls out any new construction and calculates what the millage rate would be to collect a similar tax amount as last year.
Okay, I just wanted, for the record, I know everybody here was aware of that. Any other questions or comments? Aaron, is there any comments on the line? Okay. So we have resolution 2020-47, the first public hearing approving the tentative millage rate for fiscal year 2020-21. Do I have a motion?
Move resolution 2020-47, establishing tentative millage rate.
Have a motion by Councilor Jones. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second by Councilor Robinson. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any who are opposed signify the same. The millage rate is established at 6.50. Thank you, Mr. Bloom. Item number 2, public participation. This is anybody in the public's opportunity to address the council about anything they would like to address the council. Is there anybody here that would like to address the council
Yeah.
about anything?
Yes, Mr. President,
Yes. Yes.
just want to clarify and make sure we're on the same page in terms of the rest of the agenda items. Now that the millage rate is adopted, the council does have to take a separate item here to actually adopt a tentative budget. That is the second piece. I believe there should be a second resolution in the resolution 2020-48. Just want to clarify. I know you can do the item number 2 before, but just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Yes, sir, we are on the same page. But my agenda gives the public the opportunity between those two. Is there anybody that wants to address the council about anything? Okay?
Anyone
Item number 2, Resolution 2020-48. This is the first public hearing approving the tentative budget for fiscal year 2020-21. There anybody have any comments about the budget? Any questions about the budget?
The same one I always ask. It's balanced, right, Stephen?
I'm sorry?
The budget is balanced as received.
Yes, the budget is balanced, and kind of the official language for here is the city of Williston proposes to adopt a budget for fiscal year 2020 to 2021 with a total appropriated expenditures and reserves of $12,957,650, which is a 0.45% increase from your current year's budget. All funds are balanced within your budget.
Thank you, Mr. Blue. Any other comments? Questions? Do I have a motion on Resolution 2020-48?
I move that we approve resolution number 2020-48.
Second.
Counselor Robinson made the motion, Counselor Jones second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any who are opposed signify the same. Let the record show that all people present voted for the budget. Item number 3, public participation. This is the second time. Is there anybody that would like to address the council about anything? Hearing none?
Wait,
Yes? Where was it?
do we have to read that final comment, step 5?
Oh, sorry. On the,
Announce public hearing.
you wanna read step 5?
I will once I see it.
Right there on the
I
bottom.
didn't print out a copy of it.
Stop moving.
Step 5. We're supposed to now announce the public hearing, and this is to adopt the final millage rate, and it is scheduled for September 29th, 2020 at 5:01 p.m. at the council chambers.
Move we adjourn.
September 29th at 5:01.
Yeah.
This meeting is adjourned. We have an emergency meeting at 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah, we have to wait till 6, don't we?